We're here in Beit Shemesh, where the International Young Israel Movement cooperated with 6 different Batei Knesset in Beit Shemesh to present an educational evening about prenuptial agreements. We've had 3 speakers. The first was Rav Meir Lichtenstein, the Rav of the shul where we are, Ohel Yonah Menachem, a doctor and rabbinical court advocate, Dr. Avigail Rock, who herself signed a prenuptial agreement before she got married, and myself, Dr. Rachel Levmore of the International Young Israel Movement, who explained how a prenuptial agreement for the prevention of get-refusal works in a technical manner and how successful it has been. The 2 first speakers, Rav Meir Lichtenstein and Dr. Avigail Rock, spoke about the necessity to have every couple sign a prenuptial agreement for the prevention of get-refusal, also for their own insurance policy, one can say, and to base their relationship on a foundation of utmost trust and love, contributing to the development of their relationship in the beginning of the marriage in a very real manner, and for the reason of establishing it for all of Jewish society. Because if it becomes a standard act and standard behavior that everyone who gets married signs this, then everyone will be covered. The way I can explain it simply is simply like a polio vaccine. By vaccinating all of the populace, we are not curing polio. We're preventing polio from happening. And by administering a vaccine to everyone in society, we are covering everyone, those who might be exposed to poliovirus and those who may not be exposed to the poliovirus. But we know we've got everybody covered. The same thing has to happen with all couples signing a prenuptial agreement, the agreement for mutual respect, in Hebrew, Eskem Lekavod Hadadi. If everyone signs it, then everyone will be inoculated against the blight of get-refusal. It can be found in both Hebrew and English, and the agreement is also translated into, aside from Hebrew and English, into Russian, French, and Spanish. Information can be found, as well as the text of the agreements, on the iyim.org.il site. That's International Young Israel Movement, iyim.org.il. Sign it and get your friends, family and children to sign it before they get married. Thank you.
אני דורית, בת 25, סטודנטית לריפוי בעיסוק, נשואה בשמחה למאיר, בן 29, סטודנט לפסיכולוגיה, בת של שושנה וצ'ק לוין. כשאנחנו התארסנו היה לנו מאוד ברור שנחתום על ההסכם, ולא רק לחתום עליו, היה לנו גם מאוד חשוב להגיד מול כולם במעמד החופה שלנו שחתמנו. לא כי חשבתי שאי פעם אני אצטרך להשתמש בזה, ואני רוצה להגיד שאני חושבת שרוב הזוגות שחותמים על ההסכם לא באמת חושבים על היום האפל שהם יצטרכו להשתמש בהסכם. אז למה לחתום? למה אנחנו זוג מאורס שנמצא בתקופת שיא ההתרגשות והאהבה ושמחה וההכנות לחתונה, צריכים לחשוב על היום המפחיד והלא נעים הזה שאולי הם כן יצטרכו להשתמש בו? אני ומאיר נולדנו להורים שהיוו ועדיין מהווים עבורנו דוגמה לזוגיות מושלמת וריאלית. זוגיות עם המון אהבה וכבוד ואתגרים וקשיים וריבים. אנחנו רכשנו ועדיין רוכשים את הכלים שאנו צריכים על מנת להתמודד עם אתגרי החיים והזוגיות. כמו שאמרתי, לא נראה לי שאף אחד באמת חותם במחשבה שאולי יום אחד יצטרך להשתמש בזה. אנחנו חתמנו על ההסכם כדי לקחת חלק ברצון להפוך את הדבר המוזר והלא נעים לנעים, מכבד ונורמטיבי. שזה יהיה דבר מונחל בחברה ומובן מאליו שכולם חותמים. דווקא בשביל האנשים שאולי לא קיבלו את הכלים הנדרשים להתמודדות הקשה הזו. לשמור על הזוגות שהבחירה הכי טובה והכי נכונה עבורם היא לא להמשיך את חיים המשותפים ביחד. ולעזור להם לעשות את הצעדים האלה בצורה שהכי שומרת אחד על השני והכי מכבדת אחד את השני. כשכולנו נחתום, וזה לא יהיה דבר מוזר ולא נעים, רק כך אנחנו נצליח לשמור אחד על השנייה. על האחים שלנו, המשפחה שלנו, הילדים שלנו, החברים שלנו וכלל עם ישראל. בעיניי זה אחד הביטויים הכי גדולים לפסוק ואהבת לרעך כמוך.
I have children who will in the next decade, please God, get to the stage of getting married. And I feel that it's very important to learn about their prenup, their get-נישואין. I think it's very important for a number of reasons. It protects the girl, it protects the boy as well, it causes less argument. And I think it's something that needs to be more openly discussed and be out there. I have a lot of friends who have divorced and remarried, who have been through bad divorces, where they haven't been a masava and get ad kadei kach, as they would say, but they've been in very difficult situations. And I see how important it is not just to protect the woman, but in some ways it also protects the man. And I think you need to put all your cards on the table to begin with. It's very important. It gets the knowledge out there for people who don't know enough about it. I personally didn't know enough about it. I found out more information tonight. And I will definitely pass it on to my friends whose children are getting married within the next few months.
So I came tonight on a personal level of, I know how important this הסכם is, and I wanted to know how I can explain to my children when their time is to get married, how to explain to them how important it is and why they need to sign it. Because as everyone said here tonight, when somebody's young and in love, they can't imagine that they're going to need it. And I think all the speakers gave different aspects to that on the personal level. On the more klali level, I think it's everyone's responsibility to make sure everyone signs it. We have to stop agunot, and the only way we're going to do it at the moment, the only solution is signing a prenup. And I also think it's important for us as parents. I grew up in England, there wasn't a prenup, and I think people should be signing postnups as a example to our children. It's like writing a will. You don't write a will because one of you wants to die or anything. You write a will to make sure you look after the people you love, and I think that's exactly why you have to sign this and why I came tonight. And it was a great evening.
I came tonight because the fact of the matter is that women trapped in Jewish marriage, agunot, is the number one problem that Jewish leadership faces and needs to fix, in my opinion. We have a lot of problems, but this is something that needs to be fixed. It's something that can be fixed. It's a halachic issue that has a halachic solution. It should not be given up on. Women should not be left within marriage. And those who are seeking solutions, those who are giving solutions, need to be heard, need to be promoted, and need to be easily accessible. People have questions. They want to understand how this works, why it didn't work before, how it can protect them and their children. And that's why we need to do many evenings like this, have them on the internet, have them in the media, so that people can protect themselves and their children.
I came because I really don't know anything about prenuptials. I'm originally from England, and in England it's not something which is, certainly when I got married it wasn't something that existed. I doubt even if today people talk about it much. And I just really wanted to come to learn, to understand what it meant, how it worked, to hear the pros and the cons. I think it's something that is important. I think we need to increase awareness of it, because I say I don't know much about it. I'm sure a lot of people don't really know that much about it. Like with anything new, there's a certain amount of suspicion about things like this, and people assume that what's the reason for it. And I think it's important that we create more awareness and people have more knowledge and therefore can make decisions whether they should or shouldn't be doing it. Personally, I think it's certainly a good thing to have, yes. And from what I've heard, they seem to be very effective. And in terms of the mechanism, it sounds reasonable. It seems to work.